Yo, what's going on, man? Today is March the 31st, 2023. It's your boy Chris, and this is the ChrisBeCappinn NBA show. I'm live on Twitter. I'm also live on YouTube as well. A lot of games to get into today, 13 games altogether. If you guys are new to the space, new to the channel, consider subscribing if you guys haven't already. Doing these shows Monday through Friday, 5:30 Eastern time every single day. So appreciate the support as well. People always hitting the like button for me, retweeting, all that good stuff. I ask that you guys continue to do that. It's greatly appreciated. Helps a lot on my end as well. And let's get into it. So it's a lot of games today. I'm gonna be pretty brief with my analysis and try to find some winners for today. It's a lot to like. It's also a lot to throw away as well. So a lot of these games that mean absolutely nothing for a few of these teams. I was late starting the show because I did get a 3.5 number on Bet365. I'm sorry, on BetMGM for that OKC and Indiana game. Miles Turner got ruled out. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander got ruled in. To me, that shows me that the Pacers are trying to the Pacers aren't trying to win. They're trying to develop young talent, Ben Mathurin, and some of those other young guys, Andrew Nemhart, those guys. But the Oklahoma City Thunder went from SGA being out to questionable throughout the day, and then ended up being listed as in. So should be a fast-paced game. Should be a lot of scoring. No Miles Turner equal more points. We took the Milwaukee Bucks first quarter team total to go over once he got ruled out the other day. They also have no Tyrese Halliburton as well. So should be up and down pace game. I took the 3.5. Of course, the line moved extremely quick. But if anybody who wanted it, hopefully you guys got a chance to get that in. Also, breaking news, a lot of breaking news. Derrick Rose is out. That doesn't really matter too much. Andre Drummond is also looks like he's going to be available to play. Daniel Gafford is a true game time decision for the Washington Wizards today. And then we just got all the breaking news for the Charlotte Hornet guys. It looked like they're actually going to tank this one and give their guys some rest. They could have been, told us this information. Not sure why they wait until 5:30. Extremely frustrating. Like overly frustrating. And then on the other side, so with me saying that, they have listed Kelly Oubre, Dennis Smith Jr., and Gordon Hayward all out. Terry Rozier was already ruled out. So if you guys tuned in this morning, I always talk about doing the morning shows. I only talk about the games, that I feel like, have a legit. We have all the necessary information. If it's a whole bunch of injury stuff, you guys know I typically skip over those games. I hate trying to figure out who's going to play, who's not going to play. I'd rather put my energy and time into, the games where I kind of have at least most of the information so I can make an informed decision on which team I want to back, which team I want to fade based on who's in and who's out. So this morning I talked about that Bulls game. I talked about it when that line was at 7 in favor of Chicago. As soon as I got off the show this morning at 7 a.m., the line shot all the way up to 10. And now since that news came out, it's all the way up to 11. I think it probably closes at probably 11 and a half. I think more money will come in on Chicago in this spot. It's a must-win spot for Chicago. They are in the 10th seed in the Eastern Conference. They really, really need this game against a Charlotte Hornet team that's won 3 straight games on the road as a dog. I'm sorry, not on the road, but 3 straight games in general as a dog. And now, they probably regressed. It's a little bit of regression. So I played Chicago, not going to give you guys the -11, but I do think this game should get out of hand. Zach LaVine should be able to get whatever it is that he wants. Charlotte won't have anybody that can guard him. Similarly, I see the same thing potentially happening with DeMar DeRozan in this game. I didn't play any player props. I just laid the 7. Don't like the spread as much as 11, but it should be a smack spot. It's like it should be a real bad, 15-point win. I'm not endorsing the 11 points because I got it at 7, but that's how I kind of see this one happening. It should be a game that, is a blowout. Couldn't talk anybody off first quarter, first half, but I just laid the points with Chicago early this morning. So that's what I got for you guys there in that game. Let me see if I can keep the banners up as well. I think I got banners. Well, total isn't accurate. 230. The line isn't accurate either. It was 7 this morning. It's the banner I had from this morning. Moving along, Orlando, Washington. So another game, extremely difficult. Orlando has now shifted to a 2.5-point favorite. To me, that tells me And if people don't know, the reason why this line moves so much, because Washington actually opened as a 2-point favorite yesterday. When I capped this game last night, it was Orlando +2. Orlando has been extremely profitable this season, specifically more recently as a dog, as a road dog specifically. This team is, continue to just stack up covers, and now they flipped to actually being a favorite. We know that Washington is tanking the season away, even though they have potential to try and catch the Chicago Bulls. It looks like they've just kind of given up. The Washington Wizards will be without Bradley Beal. They'll also be without Kyle Kuzma in this game, and now you got Porzingis listed as questionable. He popped up on the injury report as questionable with an illness. So to me, that shows me that these guys don't necessarily care about this game. I will say, from a player prop perspective, I know a lot of people like player props. From a player prop perspective, I would say you got to look at Denny Avdia. We've been talking about Avdia. We've been talking about Corey Kispert as well. That Orlando team is not the greatest defensive team. Can they play defense? Yeah, but they're not the greatest defensive team, and somebody has to take up that usage that Porzingis, has for this team. So I'll be looking at Corey Kispert. I'll also be looking towards the under if he does get rolled out. I talked about the total in this one being a little bit too high. If Porzingis gets rolled out and this Washington Wizards team is without Bradley Beal, without Kyle Kuzma, and without Porzingis, I think this game definitely flies under the 225, which is what the total is at right now. Orlando probably wins this game like 110 to 105 or 110 to 100, something like that. So I think 225 is way too many points. If Porzingis does get ruled out, I'll be looking towards the under in this game. And I kind of went over the player props. Orlando, OKC, and Indiana. I kind of talked about this one. So if you guys, I always talk about this too. If you guys have multiple sports books, which everyone should, especially if you're in a legal betting state, you definitely want to make sure you have, it don't matter which book look the best, has the best, infrastructure, the shiniest outlook. None of that stuff matters. You want a book that that updates slow, right? Almost like a snail mail system. You want a book that doesn't lock the lines as soon as possible, and you want a book that you can go to, like a surefire go-to, because I know that this book just doesn't take down the lines, or they don't update them quickly enough. And that's what I was talking about. I don't promote BetMGM because I don't work for them. They don't pay me, but they're slow. So that's one of the reasons why I go to BetMGM to put my bets in when I see lines move. Burns said, shout out to my guy Burns in VA with me. He said Sports Illustrated is the slowest book he's ever seen. I haven't played on Sports Illustrated in quite a while. I do got the app downloaded. I haven't played on Sports Illustrated in a while. I got to check that out. I appreciate you dropping that in the chat, Burns. Sports Illustrated is another slow book. If you guys have access to the Sports Illustrated sports book, became available in Virginia about 8-9 months ago. And Burns said it's slower than BetMGM. So yeah, the 3.5 stayed on the board for a while. That number's gone up to 5.5 in just 5, 10 seconds, 15 seconds afterwards. So that's what I got for you there. I Get Money said, what do you think about PJ Washington price? PJ Washington probably gonna be set at like 29.5. Honestly, I Get Money, and I still couldn't talk you off. He's gonna get a difficult matchup, of course. His line might be a little too inflated. I know he's coming off a 40-point game. Couldn't talk you off if you really, really like it. I just didn't look too much into it. All right, cool. I'm gonna try to keep going. Try to power through these games pretty quickly. So that's the OKC and Indiana game. Like I said, I laid the 3.5 as soon as I found out that SGA was in and Miles Turner was out. Let's see what else. Toronto, Philly, not a game I'm extremely interested in. I did see that Tobias Harris is going to be a late scratch for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid, I think, looking at Joel Embiid props, he's going to get Jakob Poeltl. We know that Nick Nurse does a really good job. If you guys remember the playoffs last year, Nick Nurse is one of the few coaches that can, draw up some kind of defensive scheme to kind of slow Embiid down. Not even necessarily slow him down, but more so make him like a facilitator. They'll send double teams towards him all night. So I couldn't talk anybody off. No book is better. No book is faster than Bet365. That's a fact. It's like it's like they released the news. I always try to go to Bet365. They are never lacking. Bet365 does not lack. That's a fact. That's a big fact, bro. Bet365 does not play around. They lock the game up quick on you. All right, but back to this Toronto and Philly game. One way I was looking to attack this game, Toronto is they play 4 straight games at home, so this will be the first road game for them in quite some time. Typically, that bows to the first quarter for the opposing team. Line has come down from 6 down to 4.5. I still feel like Philly can win this game. Philly, still has a lot to play for. I think Joel Embiid and this team is trying to, kind of rally around Joel Embiid so that he can make as much of a, push as he can. So they want to win games. They want to get Joel Embiid his numbers as well. I couldn't talk anybody off, taking Philly in this game first quarter, first half. I'm not sure how that's going to play out for the full game. I know Toronto's been coming out a little bit faster lately, but Philly to me early, just because Toronto, it'll be their first road game in about 5 games. So I think that Philly has the advantage coming off the home win against the Dallas Mavericks, getting off the losing snide because they had lost 3 in a row. That's the way I'd be looking. I didn't play any player props in this game, but by far the easiest one to target would be Embiid to go over his points plus rebounds, or his points, rebounds, and assists, just because, like I said, they will probably send some double teams and probably won't let Jakob Poeltl guard him one-on-one. He gonna have his hands full tonight. Prayers up for Jakob Poeltl tonight, trying to slow down Joel Embiid as he continues his campaign for the MVP this year. New York and Cleveland, really difficult game. We still don't have the injury news, or at least I haven't seen the injury news updates on Isaac Okoro for the Cleveland Cavaliers side, or Jared Allen on the Cleveland Cavaliers side. I got a real good feeling. Chris Fedor, I think is how you pronounce his name, one of the Cleveland Cavalier beat writers, did say earlier that Donovan Mitchell kind of let the cat out the bag and said that those guys weren't going to play today. I think that's why the numbers come down from 5 down to 3.5. This will be the first time this season that the Knicks will be without Julius Randle. Of course, he rolled his ankle pretty bad. He's going to miss the entirety of the regular season. I think they said about 2 weeks before he returns. So in this game, if I'm playing it, I still think the Cavs, can get it done, but I would like to have Jared Allen in this game. I think that the Knicks will struggle, trying to figure out an identity early. Now, of course, they do have Brunson in. Brunson looked good in his last game against the Heat at home as well. But Cleveland, we know what they do at home, man. They're home favorites again. Also a double revenge game for them. They've lost twice already to the Knicks. I think that last game was in the Garden, and Donovan Mitchell shot the ball just so poorly. I remember being on his threes in that game. He shot the ball really, really poorly. That game also went under. I think if you're playing this game, I'm looking towards Cleveland early, just because the Knicks will be without Julius Randle. And it could take a while to get their offense acclimated without him. So just trying to, figure that out. Will it be more minutes for Obi Toppin? Will it be more minutes for Obi Toppins, or more minutes for Josh Hart at the 4? You probably can do that if you don't have Jared Allen down there. You could just put him in at the 4. Because the Cavs don't have too many other big guys. So I didn't look at it too much from a player prop perspective. Kind of seems like it's definitely going to be some usage there, but nothing that I took officially. I do kind of lean towards the under, but I want Jared Allen to be in if I do take the under as well. And it may be more so a Knicks team total under. The Cavs are still the best defensive team in the league at home, only allowing about 105 points per game post All-Star break at the crib. And they could come in here and stifle this New York Knicks team that'll be without, a lot of their, usage. It's going to have to go to guys like RJ Barrett, and you're going to be looking at, quickly to come off the bench and play a bigger role. A lot of uses there. So that's what I got for you guys there. We also getting news right now that Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum are going to be in. Shout out to what little chances that the Utah Jazz had. Robert Williams is ruled out. Al Horford is also ruled out. Kind of makes a lot of sense. This team doesn't play again until Tuesday against the Philadelphia 76ers. So Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are going to play tonight against the Utah Jazz. That spread's probably going to fly back up. If you guys want that one, that's another one I head to BetMGM. I'm not playing it, but I do want to see what the number is over there, just because they're always slow. Looks like I can get a 9.5 still, and I'm pretty sure it's going to fly up. So if your book hasn't locked it and you wanted the Boston Celtics, they should smash the Utah Jazz. Not the greatest spot, because it is the second leg of a back-to-back, and it's a road home back-to-back as well. And it's a kind of a sandwich spot. We know that they play down the competition, just lost outright to the Washington Wizards the other day. So, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. Blake Griffin is going to be starting in place of Al Horford as we get more breaking news. Peyton Pritchard is also going to be available. We got starting lineups for the Orlando Magic. Looks like they're starting their regular 5 guys. Deron Sharp is also available to play for the Brooklyn Nets. All right, so let's continue. Let's continue. What game was I on? I was on Cleveland, New York. So if I'm playing a game, I'm probably looking towards the Knicks team total to go under, is what I would look at. Yeah, who was that? Somebody just DM me. I actually talked about that earlier. Hold on. Yeah, uh, uh, Jared Payton just DM me and said Walker Kessler props. Gotta look at Walker Kessler. I'll get to that game in a second, but with no Tom Lord and no Al Horford, you definitely want to look. You definitely want to look at Walker Kessler rebound props. I would probably put it on a ladder, maybe up to like 14. I didn't play it yet. I'm probably gonna try to get the best odds, probably from Bet365, where you can ladder, really like ladder. So I'll probably look at it there. But that's how I kind of see the Knicks and the Cavs game. I'm going slow, so I'm gonna try to speed up just a tad bit. Atlanta, Brooklyn, not a game I'm extremely interested in. Total opened at 243. It's all the way down to 240.5. I agree with the under. Atlanta is a fade when they go from home to road, especially off a win. This team has not been able to string together back-to-back wins in quite some time. I don't know if people are paying attention to that trend. They win, they lose. They win, they lose. They lose, they win, they lose. And it just kind of goes back and forth. If you go through the standings, if you go through their schedule, you see what I'm talking about. Atlanta is laying 2 points in this game, 1.5 at some books as well. And I think it's more so a live betting spot. I think that Atlanta gets out to a big lead. We know Brooklyn can start games pretty slowly. If Atlanta gets out to a big lead, I do like Brooklyn live. If Atlanta gets out to a 5-point lead or a 10-point lead, I'll probably be betting Brooklyn in this game, whatever the spread is. If I can catch Brooklyn +5, I'm probably going to end up taking it just because I know Atlanta just can't stop anybody. This team bleeds points. They can't guard nothing that, they can do at all. So, defensively. And Brooklyn has guys that can score. Cam Johnson, I talked about, 3-point shooter against the Rockets the other day. Cam Johnson went absolutely nuclear. Mikal Bridges. Also, neither one of these teams play tomorrow. So also a big game as far as, standing implications as well. So Atlanta, Brooklyn, like I said, no official play for me. Oh, I did have an official play. I'm sorry. Atlanta, Brooklyn, official play. And I totally forgot because I didn't get to my notes. I did take Clint Capella double-double. Couldn't talk anybody off his points plus rebounds. I just played a double-double at minus 115 earlier. I think I took that on DraftKings. Dude's had a double-double in like 5 of his last 6 games. We know that if you're targeting double-doubles, you want to do it against a team like Brooklyn that struggles to rebound the ball. They'll continue to struggle to rebound the ball. We know Clint Capella is one of the best rebounders in the league. So I think the numbers are 5. He's 5 of 6 in his last 6 games as far as getting a double-double. Against the Nets specifically, he's 3 of 5 in the last 5 games. One of those games that he didn't get it, he had 9 rebounds or 9 points, just missed about 1. So I like the value there. And then I think on the other side, because you definitely want to check both, in 16 games post All-Star break for the Brooklyn Nets, they've given up a double-double to 12 centers on opposing centers on the opposite team. So I like the race there. I played Clint Capella double-double at minus 115 earlier. If you guys can find better odds, definitely. I didn't shop around too much. That was one of my first plays I made this morning. Clint Capella double-double in that game. Utah, Boston next. That line, like I said, it went from 9.5 right back up to 13. That's crazy. Yeah, a lot of value you guys could have got if you got, like I said, if you got that slow book, man. And this is the time. If we're gonna be manipulated by the injury report already, you almost got to know what you want to take, and be ready. Got your notification set, and then you kind of launch off on the play because you could have just got 3.5 points of value to this number. BetMGM, like I said, had it at a minus 9.5. The line shot all the way back up to 13. Pretty much on every single book. Total also went back up as well from 228, I think, up to 231, 232 at some books as well right now. Not the greatest spot for Boston. They kind of exerted a lot of energy last night, smacking up the Milwaukee Bucks. And then, like I said, they also got the Philadelphia 76ers on deck, but that game isn't until Tuesday. There's also a revenge spot for Boston. They did get smashed about 2 weeks ago when they were in Utah. They got off to the big lead. I think that was 2 Saturdays ago, matter of fact. So 2 days from tomorrow, they got off to the big lead, won the first quarter, won the first half, and then just kind of ran out of gas in the second half. They do get Kelly Olynyk back in this spot. Tyler Horton-Tucker still be out there. He's coming off a big game, of course, against the San Antonio Spurs, where he dropped a 40-piece in that game. So yeah, if I'm looking to play this game, I still don't want to take the points with Boston. I think it's a little bit of regression, but I can't back Utah either. They'll still continue to be without all of their guys. Lauri Markkanen is not playing. Colin Sexton, Jordan Clarkson also still not there. And we know what Boston can do when they really want to turn up. And if they want to get their revenge, they'll blow this team out. Rest tomorrow, Saturday. Rest Sunday. Rest Monday. Probably fly to Philly on Monday, and then get ready for the game on Tuesday. So they still can kind of thrash this Utah team. And I definitely expect them to continue to try to win, because if people aren't aware, they still have potential to catch the Milwaukee Bucks if Milwaukee doesn't win out. So they could still get the number 1 seed. Based on the game last night, I don't think Milwaukee want to have Game 7 in Boston this year like they had to do last year. And Milwaukee probably gonna try to win out. So that actually is good for us as far as, from a betting perspective. Do they cover the 13? I'm not 100% sure. Should they win this game by double digits? Probably so. Not a number I'm willing to take on either side, though. So, but the Walker Kessler props, like I said, looking at his rebounds, not an official play for me, because I want to look at it a little bit more and see if I can find the best line. But I still do like Walker Kessler, his double-double, his rebounds in general, and probably a rebound ladder for Walker Kessler is what I'd be looking at. Playing in this game. The Lakers and the Timberwolves are next. So big playoff play-in implications on this game, of course. The Lakers will have a full squad, it looks like. I think Bron's still listed as questionable. I do fully expect him to play in this game. We did see news on the Minnesota side that we already knew about Naz Reid. I don't know if people saw it, but he messed up his his wrist, I think. He landed on it. I was watching that game against Phoenix the other night. Landed on that wrist pretty badly. He's going to be out for this game. Then we also see Karl-Anthony Towns get downgraded to questionable with an illness. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on there, man. Minnesota really needs to win this game. The Lakers also need to win this game. The line has shifted from Minnesota being a favorite to Lakers -2, -2.5 now. Total still about the same, 232, 232.5. I do see a 233 on the board as well at South Point. I'm not really backing the Lakers right now, man. I know that they're doing well, and that's great. I'm glad that they are, but I don't mean I got to back them. They actually play better when I don't put my money on them. When I put my money on them, they play like trash. So Lakers have been a tad bit inconsistent as far as backing up wins with wins. We know that they got smashed against the Bulls, but then they bounced back and beat the Bulls, in a pretty convincing win in LeBron's second game back. This will be, revenge game for a bunch of teams. This game will be played in Minnesota. Thank God I don't got to stay up late to watch it. 8:10 start time. So we got D'Angelo Russell going back to Minnesota. First time playing there since being traded. We also he had some comments that came out earlier that I saw, about, him not really getting into it with fan bases or teams. He says that the smart teams want him, and that should tell you all you need to know about the other teams. So that I pretty much call the Minnesota Timberwolves a dumb organization. If you read between the lines, but anyway, neither here nor there. He's going back to Minnesota for the first time. You also have Malik Beasley, going back to Minnesota. He also played for this team, and they shipped him off in the Rudy Gobert trade. I feel like Jared Vanderbilt, same thing for him, going back to Minnesota as well. So a lot of different narratives in this one, man. Scott Foster is also reffing. If you guys don't know who Scott Foster is, check him out. Check out Scotty. So yeah, I didn't play the game. If I'm playing it though, I am looking at the total. I'm looking at I'll update the banner in a second. Oh yeah, I should have just took that off, Jan Rock. I left the banner up there. I'm trying to power through these games real quick because I know a lot of people probably gonna have a lot of plays and trying to make the show short as I possibly can with 13 games on the card. So let's see. I won't even put a banner up. So if I'm playing this game though, I am looking towards the under. I think it's a playoff style game tonight. Minnesota has been elite defensively, 3 straight unders since they got Karl-Anthony Towns back. And without Naz Reid on the bench, they'll struggle to score offensively as well. I talked about taking the under in the last game against the Phoenix Suns, under 233.5. That game finished 107-100. So that under cashed pretty easily in that game. So I do think that this is going to be a pretty slow pace, grinded out style game. Minnesota will play well defensively, I think, and I think the Lakers do as well. Didn't play the total yet, but 232 and a half under is what I'd be looking at in this game. Player prop perspective, I didn't cap any of it at all. Anthony Edwards probably cooks us tonight. He typically plays well. And Minnesota got a lot on the at stake for this game as well, not just the Lakers. So that's that game. Detroit and Houston, skipping that game. Not really even talking about that. These are two, the worst three teams in the NBA. I'm not looking to back or fade either one of them. Best of luck if you guys have any action in this game. I will say that Detroit typically starts a little bit slower than Houston does. Houston can score, specifically at home. They've done so all season, but with 13 games on the board, it just feels like it's a lot better spots on the board. Jalen Green's also, a point guard, and point guards against Detroit has been a thing. They've struggled to stop guards all season, so just kind of leave you guys with that. Even though him and Kevin Porter Jr. kind of alternate between who's going, do the facilitating. So I don't have a play for the game. I just wanted to share those thoughts with you guys. Clippers and Memphis, I do like this one. I like this one a lot. So spreading this one opened at 6.5 in favor of Memphis. It's come down now to now they're just laying 5. And that's because Kawhi was out in the last game. He was listed on the injury report yesterday as probable, as questionable, and then I think he went through shoot around today. So with that news, money kind of comes in on the Clippers in this spot, which I agree with. The total goes from 234 up to 237, 236.5 on the board as well. I do lean under. I think it's a tad bit too many points. Memphis is a solid defensive team. I know that they got smashed in the last game where they settled their guys, but Desmond Bane is supposed to be back in this one. And Jared Jackson Jr., whoever else it was on the injury report, I can't remember who it was. They're all supposed to be back in this one. I'm pretty sure Memphis wants their revenge, and this is a typical revenge angle type game. Those quick revenge, right? Home favorite loses less than 4 days. They play the same team at home again. They typically win in those spots. So I will wait for Kawhi to get rolled in and then jump on Memphis. Maybe first half and full game is the way I'll probably play it. Haven't put either one of those bets in yet because, like I said, with Kawhi being rolled in, we'll get a much better number. Shout out to Westbrook. Westbrook played well in the last game. Looked like old Westbrook out there calling Dylan Brooks trash and everything else. 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. I do expect some regression there as well. I think Memphis comes out and handles business today and gets this job done against the Clippers. Not that the Clippers won't try to keep this one competitive because I think that they will, but I think Memphis first half spread should come down to about 2.5 in the first half, maybe even 2, with Kawhi being ruled in. And if that's the case, I like Memphis in the first half, like Memphis in the full game as well. Sacramento, Portland. I did play Portland team total under, just real quick. Nothing, super crazy, but Portland, they can't score, man. This team has scored 90 points in their last 3 games, or about 90 points in their last 3 games. Since they shut everybody down. For this game, same thing. They'll have no Anthony Simons, no Jared Grant, no Nurkic, no Damian Lillard. This Sacramento Kings team is laying 14.5 points. I know they're not the best defensive team, but it's the only way I could look. I know me and Dream kind of talked about this one yesterday. I got a system that actually backs the under in this spot as well. And it's one of those systems where when 2 teams play against each other and then the game goes under and the total opens lower than the previous total, those totals typically stay under at about a 65% rate. So I trust the system. I like the game to go under. I know people are, scared to take an under in Sacramento games, and I totally get it. But if Sacramento scores 125 points, that still doesn't say that Portland is going to score, 106. So I did play Portland team total to go under versus the full game under, but I couldn't talk anybody off either. Keep in mind, though, Sacramento doesn't have a lot to play for. They just kind of coasting now. They lit the beam at the end of the other game when they beat Portland the other day. They really don't have too much to play for. So if they kind of come out, a little slow, even if they end up setting guys, this is a 10-10 start time. They could end up, Mike Brown hasn't been notorious for sitting players, but if they set somebody in this one, it really wouldn't surprise me much. I think that, they win this game no matter what. This Portland team that we see on the floor tonight will probably be the worst team that we see on the floor, throughout the entirety of the rest of the season. This team just does not have, an NBA roster at the current moment. Shaedon Sharpe, I like him. Nasir Little, I like him. Keon Johnson, I like him, but they're not equipped to handle the number 1 offense in the league. Honestly, I couldn't even talk anybody off laying the 14 points. The game was like a tie at halftime, pretty much in the last game, and Sacramento won by 40. So 14 and a half. I know that the numbers come down, but Sacramento's definitely 15 points better than this team. I didn't lay it. I just played the team total to go under. So I don't care what Sacramento does offensively. I just think Portland doesn't get to their 108 and a half. So I did play this game to go under 108 and a half. San Antonio, Golden State spread opened at 16 up to 18 and a half. I did see that San Antonio had a couple of their guys listed as questionable now. I think those guys were, I think it was Doug McDermott. I think it was also Keldon Johnson. I can't remember everybody, but I know it was them two specifically, and I think it was a couple other guys as well that were upgraded for the San Antonio side. So what that tells us is they're just trying to manipulate the injury report. No idea, what actually happens in this game today. I do know that, this total to me seemed a tad bit high. It was all the way up to 242. We know Golden State typically goes under at home. When they're double-digit favorites, they typically still don't score 130 points, and that's what their team total is tonight. Could they get there? Absolutely. Has San Antonio been giving up 130 points on the road post All-Star break? Absolutely, they have. But if I'm playing this game, I'm not playing the game, honestly. Best of luck to you guys if you are playing it. I'm not playing this game. I'm really not interested. I was just trying to find a way to kind of give you guys some information. Golden State does have Denver on deck, I think. So, potential look-ahead spot. The game's not tomorrow. They'll have a day of rest, but do expect the Golden State Warriors to win. And to win pretty handily. Could they win by 20? Absolutely, but we don't know who's going to play, who's not going to play, so I'll kind of stay off the game. The Denver and Phoenix game I am interested in, though, and I did put a play in this one. So on the Denver side, they got smacked up last night at home. Of course, they were without Jokic in that game, and you can see the impact, man. I think that might be one of the clear-cut reasons that it feels like Jokic has to be MVP, because we've seen Philly play without Harden. I mean, we've seen Philly play without Embiid, and they're not too bad, bruh. This Denver Nuggets team might legit be they might not be a play-in team without Jokic. The Pelicans came in and did whatever they wanted last night against this team, and they had everybody else. And I know, granted, they weren't playing extremely hard, but they were competing. They just did not have anything close to enough last night. Brandon Ingram, second career triple-double. Just getting whatever it is that he wanted, absolutely dominating that game. CJ McCollum picked it up late in the second half as well. But to this game tonight, Denver, I got some specific notes I want to share with you guys in this one because I do have an official play. So let me get to it real quick. All right. So a system that I've been running throughout the season is looking at this season specifically, looking at teams that just came off a home loss. Then they go on the road and they're dogging that spot, and they do it on the second leg of a back-to-back. Extremely, extremely profitable to take the opposing team. Now, I know before I continue that, all these guys are listed as questionable for the Denver Nuggets. I'm not 100% sure if they play or not. It's some more manipulation of the injury report. Not 100% sure what takes so long to figure out if they're going to play or not. But you do have Jamal Murray, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, and Jokic, of course, all listed as questionable in this game. I took the safer route, right? So when I look at the system that I just told you guys, home favorite, Gary Trent Jr. just got ruled out with an elbow injury. When I look at home favorites, when I look at teams off a home loss, then they're road dogs on the second leg of a back-to-back. They're 17-7-1 to the over. I think so. 17-7-1 to the over. And what's going over is the opposing team total. So then you look at the Nuggets in conjunction with that, traveling from home to road, 12-6 to the over. 13 of the 18 opponents have gone over their team total. So that's a really good hit rate there. If you add in that the Nuggets are on the second leg of a back-to-back and they're traveling from home to road, it's only happened 3 times. All 3 of their opponents have gone over their team total. Flip it. Now you look at the Suns, home favorite, facing the team on the second leg of a back-to-back. They've scored at least 123 points in their last 4 games in this spot. When you think about the Suns and you think about KD, getting his foot back, getting his feet wet again. He had a really tough matchup in the Minnesota Timberwolves. I told you guys how elite they were defensively last game. This is the game that KD probably goes off. This is the game that even if they don't go off, Devin Booker will go off, or Chris Paul will have a double-double, or DeAndre Ayton will have a double-double. I expect the Suns to be able to get whatever it is that they want. I play their team total at 117.5. That way I don't necessarily have to even worry about what Denver does with their lineup. If Denver rests their guys, I think the Suns score 120 points. If Denver plays all of their guys, guess what? I think the Suns score 120 points. So I played the team total to stay away from the spread. I don't care what happens in this game. I just need the Suns to score 119 points. I took the team total over. I'm sorry, I need them to score 118 points. Took the total over 117 and a half. Couldn't talk anybody off taking it all the way up. The Suns are 3-2 to that total since KD's been back. He's been back for 5 games. The last one they went under, only scored 107 points, but that was against a really good Timberwolves team. The other game was actually the first game that they played with KD, and that was against a Charlotte team when they were pretty much locking everybody up on the defensive end. I think they only scored like 111 in that spot. But all 3 of the other games, they actually went over. And Denver traveling from home to road on the second leg of a back-to-back, give me the over. I took the 117 and a half for the point total. I don't want to sit around and wait for the injury news. You guys want to ride with me? That's in there. 36 minutes, went through every game, touched on every one of them that I, even thought about remotely having to play in. I'll go back over them one more time for you guys, and then I'll open it up to anybody else who got anything that they want to share. So real quickly, let me just get the odds screen back up so I can tell you guys what I played officially. Will Barton is also ruled out. Yeah, Will Barton just got ruled out. It's a lot of injury stuff going on. So Chicago, Charlotte, like I said, I won't give you guys anything. I did play the 7. Shout out to everybody who checked in, who tunes into the morning show. Because if you tune into the morning show, you got the 7. Hopefully you roll with me. Hopefully we cash it. So yeah, 7 there. Didn't play anything from a side perspective. I do think Charlotte team total under could be in play as well. Chicago could absolutely lock this team up. I'm not even sure who is going to score. I got to look at that and see what the Charlotte starting lineup going to be. They're going to have Book Night out there with Mark Williams and PJ Washington and honestly, I don't even know who else they're going to have out there. So Charlotte team total under is probably still in play in that game. Orlando and Washington, not going to give it out now, but Orlando's up to 4.5. To me, that implies that Porzingis probably isn't going to play. We know that when injuries come out this late in the day, especially if it's something like an illness or some kind of physical injury, those players typically don't play. So I wouldn't tell anybody to take it now, but I did put a little something on Orlando plus the 2 last night because I just feel like they're a better team. I know that neither one of these teams really have anything to play for, but I think Orlando got the better personnel right now, and I think they can get the win even on the road. If Porzingis get ruled out, I do like the under. So OKC, Indiana, like I said, I played the -3.5. It's all the way up to 6 now at circa 5.5 at other books. Toronto, Philly, I'll be looking at Philly. I didn't play it, but I'll be looking at Philly first quarter, Philly first half. Should be a bad spot for Toronto as far as travel. New York and Cleveland, probably a game I'm going to stay off, even though I do like I want to wait till we get the Jared Allen news, so I didn't play anything in that game. Atlanta, Brooklyn, I played Clint Capella double-double, -115. Took that on DraftKings earlier. And like I said, if Atlanta gets a big lead, I will be looking to live bet Brooklyn because Atlanta plays no defense, 0 defense. And I think Brooklyn will always be a live dog to be able to come back if they go down big in this game. Utah, Boston, no play for me at all. Lakers, Minnesota, lean under 232 and a half. If Bron gets ruled in, it might go up to 233. It looks like it's touching 233 on South Point and on Caesars right now. So 233, I like even better. Of course, you want to get the best number. Fred Katz, New York Knicks beat writer. Tom Thibodeau says he's undecided on whether Obi Toppin will start or not, even though he definitely knows he's starting Obi Toppin. What? Even though he definitely knows if he's starting Obi Toppin or not. Oh, I guess he do know, but he's not going to tell anybody. So that's what we got there. Let's see. What game were we on? Detroit, Houston, nothing. Absolutely nothing in that game. Even though I think Houston first quarter probably has some value. I didn't take anything. Clippers and Memphis. Memphis first half, but I'm not playing that one until Kawhi gets ruled in so I can get a better line with Memphis. I also like Memphis full game, so it'll probably be a little bit of both there. Sacramento, Portland team total under. San Antonio, Golden State, nothing. Denver, Phoenix team total over 117 and a half. I hit the button. My fault. I hit the button on my speaker. On my mic. My fault. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Uncut. I don't know why I was muted, bro. I didn't mean to hit it. How you feel about the Sixers and Raptors under? If I'm playing that game, Darren, if I'm playing the Sixers and the Raptors game from a total perspective, I'm only looking towards the under. That's the only way I'm looking is towards the under in that game. I didn't play it officially, but I do like the under in the Sixers and the Raptors game. Raptors been playing pretty good defense. The Sixers also been locking down at home. Their game's been flying under the total on the road as at home as well. The Raptors been going over at home and under on the road as well. So I do like the under in that spot. I didn't play it officially though. Don't want to put too many things in play today. Kelly Olynyk revenge game. I couldn't talk you off, Coop. Still like his rebounds plus assists. Couldn't talk anybody off of that. Coop says Scott Foster will help the Lakers to win. I hope so. I'm not betting it, but I hope that they do. Huge loss for the Timberwolves losing Nas Reed. I agree with that. Let's see. I got props. Let's see. Sean said Kessler, Walker, Gobert, and Capella all for 10 rebounds is a plus 156. Nice rebound parlay I think will cash. Or you could take Nick Claxton at 8. I agree with that, Sean. I like all of those guys to get their rebounds based on the matchup that they're in today as well. Stars will be stars. I hadn't really thought about that, Ja. Maybe I'll think about it while I get some of the speakers up. They killed the under in the last game. I don't even want to talk about it. I did have 30 last night. What else y'all got? Trying to go through these real quick. I don't really see too many other plays. Golden State D's up at home. I like the under 241. I agree with that, Jim. I think San Antonio could struggle to get to 100 points today. This depends on who they have in the roster, though. Keldon Johnson's there. That could help a lot. Scotty said he got a same game parlay. Blazers under 100.5 points and Shaden Sharp 25 is plus 950. So Shaden Sharp to get 25 and the Blazers not to score 101 points is plus 950. I actually like that a lot, Scotty. I think I left my pen upstairs. No, I didn't. Hold on. I got a pen. Hold on. I'm writing that down. I might put a little something on. That might be worth a sprinkle. Blazers team total. You got to alter it down a little bit. Blazers under 101.5 plus Shaden Sharp, who is going to be out there, getting his burn for sure. 25 points. Plus 950. I like that. I like that, Scotty. Appreciate you. Suns cooking the Nuggets tonight. They absolutely are. Uncut said everything you just said makes me love my future bet on Jokic MVP. Plus 125 right now. I think they're batting Embiid. They're baiting Embiid. Max games he can get is 68. Only one player has won with that many games ever. Okay. Like Sacktown tonight, New Era, but not betting them specifically. You guys should be able to hear me now, right? I see a lot of people saying they couldn't hear me. My fault. Let's see. What else? God, y'all went crazy in here. Sid said he on under for James Harden, points, rebounds, and assists. Nemhart 14 points. Am I still muted? I shouldn't still be muted. Let me turn my mic off. I'm not sure why this always happens to me, bro. Speakers. All right, I'm good. Okay. All right, good. As long as y'all can hear me. All right, I'm gonna just go in order. I see prop up first. So I'm gonna get NBA props up. Kick it to him first. Great White, you gonna be up second. I see Vaughn third, and I'm gonna just keep going in order. So prop, I'm gonna kick it to you first, man. What's going on? How you doing?
What's going on, Chris? Not bad. How about you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm trying to cash tonight. Prop, it's a lot to like, man. Whole lot to like.
Trying to cash and trying to navigate this injury report. My God.
Hey, bro, it's like a full-time job.
Yeah, no, honestly, I was this close to putting something on a J-Dub over, and then I got the SGA questionable. I'm like, whoa, take a step back. Just you can't. It's like this is the best time to make money, but at the same time, like with this late, I think this is a little unprecedented now. Like these guys are saying out, and then all of a sudden questionable. It's dicey. So you got to really wait until like the 11th hour, and even then you can still get screwed over on some of these guys.
That's a fact, bro. That's all facts.
But just something that kind of might avoid or mitigate any funny business or any last-minute news. I'm just gonna put out one right now that I like, and that's Jordan Poole. Simple 20 points, -125 on FanDuel. Obviously that 19-point spread. I can't even say it with a straight face. That 19-point spread against the Spurs. Like, there's, Kerr, he knows the time it is, getting prepared for playoffs. Granted, these guys are off maybe a 3-day layoff. Last game was against New Orleans where they took care of business against them. But this is the Spurs. We saw what THT did to them last game. We got a guard in Poole who, obviously he's got range and he can shoot from wherever, but he's also an underrated driver. He can get to the cup pretty quick.
Porzingis just got ruled out too, just so you guys know.
This is nonsense. This is crazy.
Yep.
Anyway. Yeah, so honestly, get to the cup, fill his boots tonight. Simple 20 points is all we're asking for. The last 2 games he had against the Spurs this season was with Steph in the lineup as well. He got something like 25 and 35 or something against them. The last game he had was limited minutes in the sense like about 29 minutes, so just under his 33-minute average. And he managed 25 points. We're not asking for much here, just a simple 20 points, -25. Not too much juice on it either. At home, he's 10 and 14 in these matchups with Steph on the floor. The last 14, he's cashed 10 times. We're not asking for much here, just a simple 20 piece against definitely one of the most vulnerable defenses in the league, and that's all I got right now because it's treading lightly right now, and we see what happens when more news drops.
I love it, prop. I love it. I love that you don't have a lot, even though it's a lot of games, bro. Absolutely love that. Let me see. Let me see if I can get Great White back up, and then Dream Frag got to come to my guys. Let me get them up real quick. Also going to try to get you connected. Vaughn, Uncut coming to you. Kosaya definitely coming to you. It's a lot of requests right now. I'm gonna get to you guys though. Great White, can you hear me? It says you connected. Maybe not anymore. Frag, what's going on, brother? Can you hear me?
Yo, Chris, what's going on, brother? How
Frag,
you doing,
what's
man?
going on, bro? I'm all right, man. It's a lot going on, Frag. Talk to me, man. What we doing tonight?
Yes, sir, man. I got a couple ones loaded up right now, man. First recap, 3-0. Celtics team total first quarter, 29.5. Al Horford, man, that's big dog, man. Anytime he goes against the Bucks, man, I'm telling you, if they match up in the playoffs, I'm taking his points every game, man.
Yo, he a Buck killer, Frag. He can't do nothing against anybody else. He kill the Bucks, boy.
He pulled up from half court. I couldn't believe my eyes.
Al Shuttlesworth last night, man. I don't know if people saw me tweet it, bro. He was on fire last night.
And then Joe Val, man, we talked about it, man. Jokic out, Thomas Bryant, barbecue, man. Straight food on the platter, man. I think he cashed my halftime. So
yes,
that was
sir.
It was a great day. So I got a couple ones here. First one, I'm going KD 22.5, man. I like how you had pitched the Suns team total, man. We just seen B.I. cook them. And as far as archetype, B.I. and KD the same type of player as far as how to get their points, but obviously KD's more efficient. He had took 18 shots in 29 minutes. I think he gets a couple more minutes here, and then also I think he gets a couple more shots if some are going in. So I think 22.5 is a steal. I think this could be. I think you have maybe 15, 16 by halftime. The way he was shooting against Timberwolves, these are going to be shots he can easily make against the Nuggets. So I like that for sure. That's my first one. Second one. I'm going Lakers money line, man. Only reason why I'm betting it, Nas Reed being ruled out was huge.
Mm-hmm.
He's out for the season. He's huge, man. He's a killer.
Yep.
I'm sick he got hurt because he was going to get a bag in the offseason.
That's a fact, Frank. I hope he still get it, bro. I hope he still get it.
Defense, but he's a killer on offense.
That's a fact, bro. He got an in and out dribble he like Victor Wembanyama, bro. He can. Yeah, he got it, Frank. I love his package, bro. I love how he can score.
But I'm going to take Lakers on the money line here just because of that. And then Scott Foster, man. Last time I seen Scott Foster ref a game for the Lakers, the disparity of the free throws was 20 to 46, man. Scott Foster, he's in there to make the Lakers make the playoffs. I'm convinced, man. The Lakers, He's doing something with the Lakers, so I'm taking the Lakers money line here. I just can't ignore it. And then Rudy Gobert has said some bullshit about the refs favoring teams as far as the Warriors, some other teams that had played that probably helped the NBA rating so far because not a lot of people like the Timberwolves probably, or want to watch them play, or stuff like that. So
yeah, they don't like him either. They don't like him either, Fred.
That's what I'm saying. So I think, I think you can see Gobert probably getting in foul trouble. So I think the free throw disparity is going to be the reason the Lakers win this game. I think, and then also, I mean, they got good players. They've been playing good. So I'll take the Lakers money line there, chance. And then I got trifecta, man. I'm going Grizzlies trifecta, man.
Let's do it.
Yeah, it's a Smack City spot right here. They coming back with the boys. They getting, Jaren Jackson back. They getting Bane back. They getting the troops back. And then the regression to the mean for the Clippers, man. 5 for 5 from 3 for the Russell Westbrook. No, he's not shooting that. No. Covington 7 for 7 from 3. No, he's not that guy. He's not shooting 7 for 7 from 3. It's not happening. Even Bones Highland, I think 4 for 6. Nah, there's no shot. And then they're gonna get the ball to Kawhi more. Kawhi is more of a mid-range type of guy. Less threes. And then also just coming back from the first game, not playing with him and then playing with him. I think Grizzlies smack them up bad here. I think so. I took them on the trifecta. I think this is a great spot. And then just the regression as far as shooting threes is 5 for 5 from Westbrook and 7 for 7 from Covington I can't ignore that. I got to take the spot. So those are my plays there. I had a lean. I kind of like the Rockets first quarter. Just like, Friday night, the gym jumping. They got the young guys in. I like their young core more than I like the Pistons' young core. But I didn't get there because I got a lot of plays on the slate today. So that's a lean if someone wants to take that. But those are my plays for today.
Yeah, I like all your looks, right? I like that look too. But I feel like it's so much on the board. Like you said, if I lose one with the Rockets tonight, I'm gonna be pissed. So I'm with you, bro. I'm with you. I feel the same exact way, man. But best of luck, Greg. I appreciate you sharing the looks, man. Definitely I'm on Memphis with you. I didn't play the first quarter. Like I said, I'm gonna wait, and I put it in the bottom down low. I'm only playing this once the spread comes down, just so I can make sure I get the best of the number, man. It's a lot of funny business going on with the sports books and the NBA. So oh dang, my fault. I didn't put the banner up. Let's see. I got the banner right here. It's at the bottom. So best bets. Chicago, you took them this morning. The only reason I added them is because I took them this morning -7 when I gave it out. Also played that under. I played both unders. I totally forgot. I played the under this morning. I talked about that under in the second to last game of the night. Sacramento, Portland, under 231 and a half. I played that as well. Clint Capella double. Memphis first half spread. Memphis full game minus the 5.5. It says when Kawhi gets ruled in, the number should come down. Portland team total to go under 108.5, and Phoenix team total to go over 117.5 are my best bets. And you guys can see those at the bottom if you're watching over on YouTube. But I like the looks, Fred.
Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you having me up. Hope everybody has a good day and, take care.
Let's cash, bro. Let's cash him, man. Dream up next, and then LJ got him connected as well. About to get Great White and Vaughn. See if I can get those guys back up as well. What up, Dream?
How you?
Honestly, Drew, I'm tired, bro. I feel like I ain't left this computer since last night with so many games today, bro.
Yeah, I started early in the morning, early in the morning, because it'll do that to you, man.
No, that's a fact. That's a fact.
After a while, I just be like, fuck it. If I miss a good angle, I miss it. For real, I feel you. But yeah. Trey Murphy, damn, I needed him to hit one more 3 to cash the lay, but luckily he kept his streak alive, so I can't wait to keep betting him. But
Jared Allen just got ruled out, just so people know. Kind of foresaw that one coming. Javonte Green and Alex Caruso are both listed as available as well. I just wanted to share that real quick, Dream, but go ahead, bro.
Jeez, so Knicks gotta help the Knicks out. I'm just trying to think if that do anything for me. Besides Mobley rebounds, but okay. So got 5 plays. Love them. First play, it's gonna be, I guess, my I gotta make a case for this play. So I'm taking Shadane Sharp under 24.5 points. People been DMing me all day, telling me I'm crazy for it. It's cool though. I'm gonna take it, man. Now I know Ben be saying like when the number high is high for a reason, and I get it. I understand what Shadane Sharp been doing. I get it. I even took his over 20.5 points a few games ago, so I get it. But to me, that number is just, when I seen it, it was just too much for me, man. I rarely bet unders, but it was too much for me. I know he's going to get 25 to 30 shots. I know that. Well, that's what he's going to get all the shots he can handle. I understand that. And he got 30 shots last game, and he barely went over it. He had about 30 on 30 shots. So, to me, I just got to take it, man. I look at this being the highest line for a rookie all year, to my knowledge. I'm pretty sure it is, because I bet on a bunch of rookies, and I ain't seen nothing that I can remember this high. Paolo ain't had a line this line. Mathurin ain't had a line this line. So it's just crazy. I know you're going to get all the work he can handle. It's a great matchup, but I'm good, man. To me, this is like them Dame 36s. Like when you see Dame with 36, 37. Like, I can't do it. And he's 19 years old, so he just may not make shots. He may not be able to get open. So I love that under. I took it. I'm going to stand on it. And but I played his over 4.5 rebounds. It's juiced. I got it at minus 140, but I don't care. I'll pay for it. Since he's been getting 40-plus minutes a game, yeah, his shot volume has gone up, but his rebounds and assists, that's been the biggest thing for me. He's gone over this number for the last 5 games, and that's when he started playing 40 minutes a game, when they pretty much sat Dame and said they tanking. So he's gone over this number, this 4.5 for the last 5 games. And the only game he didn't go over, he had 4. So I love the spot for him to get rebounds. I think he had like 7 or 8 last game. He had 9 a couple games ago. I love that bet. So I'm under on his points, but I'm over on his rebounds. Same game. We talked about it yesterday. And I see you on it too. Blazers team total under, man. We just going to see it. My reason for playing it is, obviously, I don't think they're going to score the points, but I just see them having like a good 20-point quarter or a 25-point quarter, and I don't see them consistently being able to score in the high 20s or even 30. They might have one quarter where they go crazy, but I think their average is going to be around 22 to 23 points a quarter, even with this high pace, because their number one scorer is a 19-year-old kid that's averaging 8 points a game, who's been playing great. But, I mean, come on, Dennis Nasir Little. So I love the team total under, playing that.
So Dream, real quick on that one. I know we talked about it yesterday. I did some more digging, right? So it's been 4 games since Portland decided to pretty much rest everybody and kind of declare the season after they lost to the Jazz. In those 4 games, this team is losing 121.5 to 94.5 per game, and that's how many points they averaging, 94 over the last 4 games. You said 24 points per quarter. They're averaging 24 in the first, 22.8 in the second, 24 in the third, and 23.2 in the fourth. So I'm with you on both of those.
That's how they feel. Now, anything happen, they got a crazy quarter, but at the end of the day, they're going to come back.
Low averages, yep.
Yeah, and honestly, don't be surprised if you get a 16-point quarter. I mean, don't be surprised. So, yeah, I'm on that. My next play, PJ, I got 2 more plays. PJ Washington, it's simple. I bet him the last 3 games. He done hit this 3 games straight, this over 19.5 points. To my knowledge, everybody ruled out except for Oubre. Even if Oubre in, I love it. Still, he's got 20 shot attempts 4 straight games. If Oubre in, he's still going to get those 20 shot attempts. I would imagine. I would have him between 18 and 22, but I think he's still going to get his 20 shots. It's a home game. I love it. If it was on the road, I wouldn't feel as confident. But him being home, having that home crowd, he's playing really the best ball of the season. So I think he's going to keep that up. So I'm on PJ Washington over 19.5 points. And the last play is Andrew Nembhard for the Pacers over his assist. So this play is basically, I'm betting that Carlisle, the coach from Indy, he's into the youth movement now. You're going to see a bunch of minutes from Mathurin. I don't know if Buddy Hill's playing tonight. Haley done for the season. And what I noticed last game is them two ain't really, TJ McConnell and Nembhard didn't play as much together as they normally do. So Yeah, Nembhard had 15 assists because, they scored 130 points and all that. But what I was looking at is normally, because I've been on TJ a lot this year, like normally Nembhard will stay on the floor, TJ will come in, and then TJ will take over the facilitating duties, and then Nembhard will kind of go in the corner and he'll be a shooter. That didn't happen yesterday. For the most part, Nembhard was the point guard, and TJ was the backup point guard, and that was it. So if that continues, which I think it will continue this game, OKC don't have strong interior defense. And that Indiana Pacer offense, I love Halliburton, but it lends itself to point guards getting a high number of assists. It's just point guard dominant. So if you're going to tell me he's going to have the ball in his hand and increase usage, I'm going to take it. So I play this over 6.5 assists. And my last two, my blunt money bets, just got a feeling, man. I don't got no stats, nothing for you, man. Just got a feeling. It's AAU ball. Jaden Ivey triple-double. I got it at plus 9,500. Jaden Ivey double-double, plus 675. Jaden Ivey to have 8 rebounds and 6 assists. I think it's like plus 1,000, 2,000, something like that. And the same thing with Kevin Porter Jr. Kevin Porter Jr. triple-double. I got it last night at plus 5,500. That's on PointsBet. I built it out. I don't know what it is now. But I posted on my page at like 2, 3 a.m. that this is what I was playing. And 8 rebounds and 8 assists. Neither one can hit. I just got a feeling. It's AAU ball. Kevin Porter Jr. loves his stats. He kind of like a baby LaMelo. The game going to be up and down. He didn't play the first time they played. He's going to see this game, and he's going to look at it like, yeah, it's a chance for me to get my numbers. And the same with Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey usage is through the roof at this point. Like, he's probably lead the team in assists over the last 5 games, and that was Killian Hayes because he don't shoot. All he do is pass. Now Jaden Ivey is taking the most shots and having the most assists. So, yeah, I don't really have no stats besides that, no stats to make me think that Ivy can get 10 rebounds. I just feel it. And for what it's worth, I did nail his first double-double of the year at plus 1,700 the first time I bet it. So, it's my guy. I got a good feeling for him. So, that's what I'm on.
I like it. I like it, Dream. Dream is the master of like watching the teams that don't nobody else want to watch. The same way Stephen like watch the Knicks. Dream spend his time watching the Pistons and the Blazers so he can bring y'all looks, man. Y'all need to send Dream a tip, man.
They gotta start paying Dream.
I know, bro. That's what I was thinking, Frank. But we got somebody that's giving us like spot on analysis from like, because I know I'm a crazy person. I watch these bums play, but like, and when I say bums, I don't mean that literally. I just mean like, some developmental talent in the league. But Dream realistically like watches these teams play to have a combined 30 wins on the season for y'all. So shout out to Dream, man. Appreciate you, Dream. Hope you catch the looks, bro.
Appreciate it, man.
Absolutely, man. Dude got three plays in the Kings versus the Blazers game today. I love it, Jay.
Real quick, I'm telling whoever said that Shaden Sharp over and under, I'm telling that. Even though I'm on his under, I'm gonna sprinkle that plus 900 because there is
makes sense, right?
Where he scores 30 points and they don't even get to 105.
That's a fact. I was thinking the same thing, bro. I was thinking the same thing, Jay. Let's cash, man. All right, let me kick it to LJ. LJ, you next, and then Great White and Vaughn. What up, LJ?
What's going on, Chris? Man, happy Friday to you.
Happy Friday, my brother. How you doing today, man?
Man, I'm doing good. It's money to be made. So
money making Friday. Talk to me, LJ. What we doing tonight?
Man, Dream just gave out 2 of my plays, bro, because I am on Jaden Ivey as well, over PRA, 30.5, I believe it is. Yeah, 30.5, man. He's hit it 3 straight games. And the Rockets, we already know, allow point guards to get career highs on them for the most part. So I don't see Jaden Ivey having any trouble tonight. Getting his usage, McGregor is out, so he should get all the uses at that point guard position. So he should cash at least a double-double. Not a triple-double. It's a long shot, but hey, why not sprinkle? Because the Rockets, they tend to give it up to the point guard, I'm telling you. So I'm on Jaden Ivey's PRA. I'm going to take Chris Paul's double-double, man, because he's been teetering to it. Like, he's hit it like 2 out of the last 3 games when Durant was in the lineup. And he's teetering, because he gets a lot of possessions now because the defense draws to Booker and Durant now. So Chris Paul could get some opportunities to score as well as just the ball because he has an extra score on that team now. So Chris Paul double-double, I believe, is always going to be in play as long as Kevin Durant is playing now. So I'm going to be on that. And I'm taking the 2+ steals as well because he's had 2+ steals every game that Durant has been there. So I don't see why it stops now. The Nuggets, they give up a lot of assists, I believe, to the guard position. So I'm going to take a shot on Chris Paul's 2+ steals. I'm on Steph Curry points, man. He's averaging 29 the last 3 home games. The Spurs have allowed the shooting guard the last 3 games to average 35 points. So Steph Curry should hit his points easily tonight versus the Spurs. Oh, I forgot one more thing in the Rockets Detroit game. I'm on Jabari Smith, double-double, man. He's hit 2 straight games. He hit the last home game versus the Warriors. Now, I see Keon Martin has been ruled in. I liked it even more if he was going to be ruled out, but I'm still going to take it. I'll take the shot because, he's going to get the rebounds and score. And like I said, he had it the last time they played at home, so he plays well at home. So Jabari Smith, double-double.
His minutes been crazy too, LJ. I just want to add that. I was going through because I was looking at – I talked about his double-double last game. I didn't take it, but I know Ali had took it. And she said she got it at plus 380. I had talked about it against the Nets in the last game. And I was just going back through his game log. He legit playing like 35, 36, 38 minutes every single night. So I love that look too. I couldn't talk you off of that, LJ.
Especially if the goon get in foul trouble, because we only have Tyron Easton to come off that bench in the paint. So Jabari's getting those minutes because, the big man's in foul trouble. So as far as the side in this Detroit Rockets game, I'm going to take the under first half 117 because the Rockets are 8-3 to the under in the first half their last 10 games, and Detroit is 11-6 to the under first half their last 17 games. So that correlates to an under for me. And as far as Memphis, I'm with you, and Kawhi has been ruled in, so it's time for us to jump on Memphis. I'm on the first half and full game. My big money's on the first half because I lost it the last game. I figured. I'm always going to invest in my bets. So as long as Memphis is at home in the first half, I'm going to always take that spread. Now, we did hit the last game, but we hit it last Friday versus the Rockets. We hit the trifecta. So I don't see any difference tonight. On a Friday at home in Memphis, they should turn up again. So take the first half, full game, and I don't mind a trifecta as well. I'm just going to stick to the first half, the full game, which I cap. And for us, my last side, I'm going to take this Kings and Portland under the first half. I don't know what the number is. I don't have my notes, but I know Portland is 11-4 to the under first half their last 15 games. And we already know they can't even get to 50 points in the first half usually.
118 is what I'm seeing, LJ.
Yeah, 118, take it. That's too high.
Yes, sir.
Portland can't score. They don't have the scores in there now. So, and the Kings tend to play to the under on the road as opposed to playing to the over at home. So, and they cashed the last game, so I don't see why I don't cash again. So Portland Kings first half under is those are my plays.
Okay. Hey, let's cash it, LJ. You got some sharp looks, bro. I like these a lot.
Yeah. Fridays, baby. Let's get it, Chris.
Let's get it, bro. Best of luck to you tonight, man. Let's cash tonight, LJ. Great White, you are up next, and then I'm going to my guy Vaughn. What up, Great White?
What's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Good, man. Good. Just trying to keep this hot streak going right now.
Yeah. You hot as a firecracker right now, man. What you got for us today?
I got 4 props today. I'm gonna keep things rolling. All right. First one up, Evan Mobley over 2.5 assists. I got that for 1 unit. He's hit this in 8 of his last 10 games, and in the last 5 games that he's played without Jared Allen in the lineup, he's hit over 2.5 assists in 4 of those games. So I think this should be a good look for him since he should touch the ball a little bit more to be able to kick it out. Next one up is going to be Mikal Bridges over 27.5 points. He's going to be playing the Hawks. That's enough said. The Hawks on the road, they allow at least 120 points per game. And in their last 3 games, they've been allowing 124 points per game. Mikal Bridges also, in his last 4 games, he's been averaging 32.5 points. And we got the total at either 240 or 241. The Nets and the Hawks, this should be a lights-out shooting day, so I see him at least getting up to 30. Third play is going to be, I call him Big Play PRA Denny. I got him for PRA over 28.5. I think it might have gone up over to 29.5 since Porzingis was ruled out. But I like either number regardless. In his last 5 games, he's gone over 4 times. And the one time that he did miss, he stopped at 28. So if he would have just got one more rebound assist point, it would have been 5 for 5. And then my last one, I'm going to go back to my man, Franz Wagner. They left his PRA at 25.5. I'm going to take the over on that again. And his last 10 games, he's hit this 8 times. On one of the times that he's missed, it stopped at 25. And also, Franz Wagner, in his last 4 games that he's played against the Wizards, he scored at least 20 points or more. I know his points is at 17.5 or 18.5. That's another lean that I have reference prop-wise. But those are my 4 plays. I'm looking to go 4-0, and let's keep it rolling.
Absolutely. Hey, real quick, Gray White, what did you say you got Bridges points at?
27.5.
Okay, over 27.5. And then you got Wagner 25.5, right?
Yeah, 25.5 for Franz at PRA.
Right, at PRA, whole PRA. Okay. Hey, I hope you catch these, man. Appreciate you sharing them, Gray White. I know you've been on fire lately, man. Keep it going.
Trying to get it, bro. Let's go.
Stay hot like a candle, my guy. Let's go, man. Vaughn, kick it to you. What's up, Vaughn?
Yo, what's good, my boy?
How you, bro?
I'm good, bro, man. Feel like I got hustled last night, man. I know you seen the comment, man. I got hustled on that under in that Boston and Milwaukee last night, man.
Bro, I don't even want to talk about it. That joint almost made me lose sleep last night. I was so upset, bro.
Dog, I'm in here. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm waiting on this to cash. I think I looked. It was like 82 to like 128. I looked at FanDuel. They had put the over at like 227. They had dropped that shit like 10 below the points. It's the 4th. It's like 3 minutes left. I'm like, oh yeah, man. I look, scroll Twitter, see the headbutt Blake. Then I see your tweet. It was like the over. I'm like, what? Hold on. Dog threw me for a whole loop, but that one hurt.
Yeah, same, bro. Same, man. I got burned like that with the Lakers and the Bulls the other day too. 70-point quarter in the 4th quarter as well. So it's all good. We get it back, man. What you on today, man? What you liking?
I'm on a couple that you know already talked about. So I'm on the under in that Minnesota and Lakers game, under 233. I like that one. Already gave that out to the Discord. I'm on Phoenix. First quarter, first half. I got on that one a little early as well. I got first quarter -2.5. First half -4.5. You already kind of talked about that as well.
Which one was that, Vaughn? Who was that?
Phoenix.
Oh, Phoenix. Okay, Phoenix. Okay.
Phoenix and Denver. I was on this one early this morning. I've been doing my capping like late at night, early in the morning. I've been doing that shit while I'm at the gym at 5 in the morning. So getting to some early lines. I'm on that under Blazers team total 108.5. If you look at the Blazers, the last 4 games, they're only scoring 95 points. 22 points in the second quarter. They shoot 45%, which is dead last, allowing teams to shoot 59%. Blazers just trending in the wrong direction right now. So we going to under on that 108.5. I'm on Evan Mobley rebounds 9.5. We know no Jared Allen, and then also I think Cleveland is going to start somebody small at the 4. So I think that leads to more rebounding opportunities as well. I think he makes it, and then New York always has a center on the court, whether it be Hardenstein or Mitchell Robinson. So he gets just kind of chilling the paint and rebound tonight. So I like the Evan Mobley rebounds. I got it on DraftKings at -140. I like that one. The Franz Wagner rebounds and assists. I think he's 7 out of his last 8 to this number. It's at 7.5 now. If you want to play it, again, I think 7 out of his last 8 games or 7 out of his last 9. One of my favorite plays for the night though is Pascal Siakam points and rebounds at 29.5. I don't know if you had a chance to look this up on StatMuse, but what he's been doing to the 76ers is almost criminal. Like last couple games, he's had 38 and 15, 26 and 10. He had 20 points, 5 rebounds, but then had 13 assists. And then the last time he played them last year, he had 37, 10, and 12. So I don't know if you're able to look it up on StatMuse, but Siakam has been killing the 76ers.
His points right now is at 22.5. If you want to take the points, I'm with you. But I took the points and rebounds for Siakam. And my ladder for the night is Ben Mathurin. If you look at Ben last 2 games with this kind of makeshift lineup that they've been starting, he's played 38 minutes and 41 minutes. He's scored 26 and he's scored 29. His shot attempts 19 and 21. Shot 8 threes and 5 threes. And I see that Oklahoma City and Indiana game. I see that being attractive. So I'm heavy on Ben Mathurin. I'm on the ladder at 21.5. I got 25 at plus 200. I got 30 at plus 600 on FanDuel. And I also took the Oklahoma City Thunder first quarter minus 1.5. And I'm with you on the Memphis Grizzlies first half as well. This line's still at 5.5, so I'm trying to wait to see if it's going to go down a little bit more, but I'm going to get there with y'all as well. But that's all I'm on. I got quite a few plays, a little bit volume, but I love a lot of what I had tonight. The research led me here, so I'm all in favor of it.
Yeah, okay. Yvonne got some looks, man. Appreciate you, Yvonne. Hope you catch these, bro. Appreciate you sharing them, man.
Yes, sir.
Let's make it a profitable night. So real quick, that line did go to the Memphis first half line is minus 1.5 if you can find it. It should be some 1.5 out there, even though the full spread is 5.5. Also, make sure you get the best number, man. Take the 5. Don't take the 5.5 if you guys want to take that full spread. I updated it at the bottom. I didn't take out the part about if Kawhi gets ruled in, but of course he has been ruled in. That's the thing about doing a live show, is that you got a lot going on my side of the board. But I'll update that real quick. So I am on Memphis officially first half minus the 1.5 and minus the 5. The 5 is available on DraftKings right now. And a couple 5s are available. You just kind of depending on where you shop at. But I did play both of those while I was kind of listening to some of the other looks. So all of my plays are at the bottom again. A couple more requests I want to get to before we wrap it up. Kosai coming to you, and then Casper coming to you as well. What up, Kosai? How you doing, brother?
Man, doing good, man. BI last night, 9 assists in a win, another triple dub. So,
yeah,
that was good.
You called it. Yeah, you was on them last night. I forgot about that.
Man, I'm telling you, the Pelicans, man. I know what it comes to us. You know what I'm saying? We just need the Lakers to lose tonight. That's all. Actually, no. I think I want y'all to win. I can't remember.
Hey, bro, y'all need to win. Don't y'all got Sacramento coming up? Don't y'all got who else y'all got? Y'all got some tough teams coming up. Y'all got the Clippers coming up?
We're not worried about them, man. We take one game at a time. We're good right now. Today I got Chris Paul's assist for sure. That's one of my main ones I'm touching on. I think you talked about it earlier today. Like they will get whatever they want against the Nuggets, but I looked at his last game. I played this last game because KD was back, and he only ended the game with like 6 assists. And I was trying to wonder what's going on. And
it's that Timberwolves defense, bro. That's what was going on.
Man, I seen the shots. Like they were getting shots up, but nobody was making anything. I was like, I looked at KD. He shot like I think he was like 1 for 7 at one point or something. I could be wrong, but I was like, man. So he had 15 potential assists that game. So I'm just gonna play it again, just because. I mean, I saw what BI did to them last night, so I'm like, why can't Chris Paul get them much assists as well? And then
what was the number, Kosai? Was it 9.5 or 10.5?
It was 9.5. It's at plus money right now. It's at like plus 110 on FanDuel last time I checked.
Okay.
And I'm on Killian Hayes under his points, believe it or not. And the only reason why is because I'm a little nervous about it, but I'm cool. I'm rocking with it just because he's never hit this against the Rockets ever. I know everybody's on Jaden Ivey tonight too as well. Like everybody said, Jaden's been having the ball in his hands more. If you actually look at it, Killian Hayes' potential assists and passes per game actually have dropped down drastically over these last 3 games or so. So I was thinking about playing his assists, but when I seen that, I'm like, he's not even really having the ball in his hands. But for some reason, he thinks he's a shooter right now. Like, he's not no shooter. Look at his last games. He's taking like 15 plus shots, but they're just not falling. Like, he's not taking good shots. If you watch the games, he's not really doing it. So I'm under on his point just because he's never hit it against the Rockets. And plus, like everybody say, Jaden Ivey's usage has been through the roof lately. So I'm on that, and the best way you can find that is like Barstool is like minus 113. That's the best odds I can find. It's like minus 130 elsewhere. And then I'm on Markelle Fultz assists. I know somebody brought that up. I'm actually going to the game. I'm like right outside Washington, the Capital One Center right now. So I'm about to go watch the game. But I'm on Markelle Fultz 5.5 assists tonight, and then I'm also on his points and assists as well. He just kills the Wizards for some reason. If you look at his last 5 games against the Wizards, he's hit this line 4 out of the last 5, the points and assists, and then also his assists, he's hit it 4 out of the last 5. So those are my plays for today.
Okay, you got some sharp looks, man. I appreciate you sharing these. Really good analysis as well. He back in DC tonight. He probably turning up, especially against that version of Washington that they putting out there. That total also didn't drop a lot, man. I might put a little something on that total too. I thought with Porzingis being rolled out, I kind of forgot. I talked about liking it to go under. I don't see how Washington gonna score today. Orlando's been a top 10 defensive team post All-Star break, so I think they could come in here and lock this Washington team up, honestly. But it could be a letdown spot. Either way, I don't think Washington scores a lot of points today. None of their big three will be there. I don't know. I probably won't add it, but yeah, I like that game to go under. Orlando, Washington to go under 224, especially without those guys being there. Appreciate you, Kosai. But enjoy the game tonight, man. Enjoy that game tonight. Casper, kicking it to you, and then we getting up out of here. I'll do a recap real quick. What's up, Casper? How you doing? Oh man, might have fell asleep waiting. He was in line for a long time. It's cool, Casper. You fell asleep, bro. You wake up, just come back and watch the show. You'll see all the looks as long as you get them in before the game starts. All right, well, that's gonna be it for the show, man. I mentioned, I went through all the games at the beginning, kind of gave you guys a breakdown of what I'm looking at. Tomorrow, I'll go over the officials, but tomorrow it's only what? I think it's only 2 games tomorrow. That's what the NBA do. Stupid stuff like this. Dallas play Miami. Miami's 1-point favorites in that game already. Only available on DraftKings right now. And then the Clippers play the Pelicans. So, Kosai, your boys will be back in action tomorrow with the Clippers being on the second leg of a back-to-back. I do like that game to go under a little bit more. I don't want to put 3 plays in the same game, but I think Clippers go under. Also, like Memphis a lot more. I don't think I looked at that, but I like fading teams on the first leg of a back-to-back when they're playing against on the road at that as well. So, Clippers will have to go to New Orleans tomorrow after probably getting smacked up tonight against the Memphis Grizzlies. So yeah, I'll have a breakdown for these games tomorrow and post it on YouTube. Look at some player props or something. Only come with some strong looks. I'm not just gonna do a video for fun, but I will have a video for you guys probably tomorrow. Then Sunday we got 13 games. So that's what we got. Official for me today, they are at the bottom. Like I said, Chicago, I played them early. If you guys watch the morning show, hopefully you got the good number. Hopefully we cashed the good number. CLV isn't always the best thing, but I do expect Chicago to smack up this Charlotte Hornets team tonight. That's going to be shorthanded. Charlotte team total under, I think also in play. I just laid the 7 earlier. Sacramento, Portland, I did take Sacramento, Portland to go under the 231. I took Capella double-double in the Brooklyn Nets game in the Atlanta Hawks game. I also, I'm just kind of waiting for it to scroll because I forgot what else. It's all right here. I also took Memphis first half and full game. Didn't touch the first quarter, but couldn't talk anybody off the first quarter. And Phoenix team total over. That way I don't have to worry about who's in and who's out. So 117.5 is that number. And those are the top looks that I like for today. Also, if you guys listen throughout the show, I gave out a lot of different spot plays. Like I said, if Atlanta goes up big, I will be betting Brooklyn live. Same thing with the Lakers in Minnesota game. If the Lakers go up big, I'll probably live bet Minnesota and vice versa. I think it's going to be a super competitive game to the end. So those are what I'm looking at. Honorable mentions that didn't make the card, like I just said, was the Orlando and Washington game to go to under 224. I really like that play, but I already got too much action in. The plays that I gave you guys are the ones that I talked about, but I also mentioned that I did take Indiana minus the 3.5 as well. I also put a little bit on the over for it. Total went up too much. No Miles Turner equals over, especially with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander being rolled in. So I did put a little bit on the under on the over as well. So those aren't official plays, but just kind of giving you guys what I like there. Like I said, I'll post a video. If you guys are new, check out the YouTube page. Subscribe to the YouTube page. That's where you'll find my work throughout the weekend. I typically don't post on Twitter, but I will be back tomorrow with a YouTube video for you guys. So definitely check out the YouTube page. Hit the like button for me. Subscribe, comment the videos as well. I talked to you guys yesterday just a tad bit about the members only section that I'll be doing. It's just kind of a way to kind of show some appreciation. Be like $4.99 a month if anybody wants to contribute to that, to, you know, just putting together these shows, co-hosting these shows, spending multiple hours a day kind of researching and bringing you guys the best angles, the best odds, all those different things, the best resources, all those different things. So we'll heat up towards the playoffs. It's been a profitable week. Every day has been profitable except yesterday when I went 0-1. So hopefully we can keep it going in the NBA, finish off strong. We got the playoffs right around the corner as the NBA season kind of dwindles down. Best of luck to you guys on all the action that you guys have tonight. And I'm out.